What's up, guys? Welcome back to JodabeniTV. This is another amazing day to get out there, and we're going to be better today than we were yesterday. And for today's video, we're going to be looking at 3 tips that if you applied it to your game today, you'll become instantly better. So maybe you've been playing for the past few months and you've been trying to improve and you may not know exactly what you need to do. Maybe you've been looking at YouTube videos trying to figure out, maybe if I work on this or work on that, maybe I'll be better. Maybe if I have the best free kick in the world, I might get a pro team. So these 3 tips I'm going to be giving you is pretty much what applied to me and got me to where I am right now at my Division 1 school and how I continue to improve. And once I earn my professional contract, I'm pretty sure this is the same thing that I'm going to carry over there. So the very first thing I would highly recommend you is you have to go back and actually find out what is it that is your weakness. If it's your touch, if it's your speed, your strength, whatever it may be, even if it's your IQ, you need to figure it out what it is so that you can improve it. If you don't know what your weakness is, you can go ahead, talk to your head coach. If you don't have a coach, maybe just go talk to your friends who you've been playing with a lot, and they will pretty much tell you what they believe that if you had, it could help you to your game. So your first things first, find out your weaknesses, and then once you know your weaknesses, then you can find out what you can do to improve it. So the second thing I'd highly recommend you is once you figure out what your weakness actually is, now whenever you go out to train, instead of, if you're really good at free kicks, stop putting the extra time into your free kicks, but now sit down and focus on the little things that is your weakness. So if you're about to go train, be sure you spend most of your time fixing that current weakness. Because yes, there must be something about you that will dominate no matter what. Not everybody can be top class at every single area, but you already know where you're good at. And now that you found out your weakness, you want to get your weaknesses up to a certain level where it's acceptable. Because if you keep it down there, if everybody else can recognize that clearly as your weakness, the same thing is gonna go on with a pro coach or a college coach. They're gonna look at you and be like, okay, that's his weakness. And depending on what your weakness is, they may even cut you from their programs. So I suggest you go back, look at your weaknesses and put them into a training. So focalize whatever training you're gonna be doing around that specific weakness. So if you're struggling with your touch, for an example, you're gonna spend a majority of your training time passing with the wall, passing with friends. If your weakness is crossing, what are you gonna do? Put more effort and time into crossing. If it's your IQ, I don't know what you can do about that. Maybe watch more games or actually ask your coach certain tactics that may help you improve your game. So it all comes down to what are you doing in your practice that's going to help your weaknesses. Because if your weakness is holding you back, if you fix that, guess how much more you're gonna grow. And that comes into tip number 3 is consistency. Now you know your weaknesses, now you know what to do in training, and now it's just a matter of, are you going to do it? Are you gonna be that guy who's gonna come out every single day and work on his weakness because he needs to improve it? Or you're gonna know your weaknesses, you know what you need to do, and you're gonna be a couch potato and just hope your coaches, your teammates are gonna overlook it. And that's exactly what consistency is. And the more you go out and keep training these weaknesses, you already have your training drills. Just continue doing it every single day and you're gonna get better at it. And it's like that in everything. It doesn't even have to be football. It can be anything, any sport, your classes, your homework. The more you do it, the more you get better at it. And if you're not practicing on your weaknesses or working on them, you're not gonna get better at them. And I know where my weaknesses lie, and I've been putting more emphasis on them throughout this whole summer, and I've seen a great amount of improvement. It was something so small, but I fixed it up to a level where now when I'm in the game, I have more time. Whenever I receive the ball, I can look up and give a better ball a lot quicker. So those were my 3 tips, and just to conclude, the 3 tips for number 1, find out what your weaknesses is. Find out, that's probably one of the hardest things, but the easiest, smartest thing you can know about yourself is find out what your weakness is. 2, make training sessions focalized on whatever weaknesses you have. And 3, just keep a consistent training schedule to work on your weaknesses. And I promise you, maybe after 1 month or 2 months, that weakness may not even be a weakness anymore. It may just be a bundle part of everything that you have good, and then you have the extra things that you stand out for yourselves. And those are my 3 tips, and if you're struggling in your game today, even if it's not soccer, if it's something else, be sure to put these applications into play, and I promise you, you're gonna see amazing results. And on that note, JodabeniTV is out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Wait, I gotta end it properly. All right, guys, JodabeniTV is